thought I'd just do this out in the light, and as the title of this video was, is this the end of the journey for the SI4732, the little Chinese receiver here? Well, hopefully not, but this one is possibly going back. If you watch my earlier videos on this radio, you'll know that from the start I had a problem with it receiving SSB. We found a workaround for that by reflashing the Arduino, and when I looked inside the radio, although you'll actually see in that video as I'm looking at it with the naked eye, so to speak, I couldn't see it. When I came to review the video footage, it looked like there were some bridged pins where the Arduino board is soldered into the main board, and that may be the issue for SSB. Now, if that was the only problem with this radio, I fully intended to keep it. I'd found a workaround for the SSB anyway, and I could have a go at sorting out that bit of poor soldering. But a new fault has developed in the last day or so with this. Bearing in mind I've only had the radio a week, it hasn't had heavy use. In fact, most of the usage has been when I've been videoing it, just testing it out. But I'll show you a clip in a moment. But I'm having a lot of trouble now with the encoder wheel here, and when you turn the wheel, the radio isn't tuning. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it takes, you know, umpteen turns of the encoder to get a small change in frequency, so it's just not working properly. So I'm going to start a returns on eBay with this, and if this little radio has to go back, it has to go back. It's a bit of a disappointment. I've got another one on the way from AliExpress. This one came from eBay, and we'll hope that one's a little bit better. In the meantime, as I say, I'm going to raise a returns issue with eBay. Now, you may say, well, it's your own fault for buying cheap Chinese electronics. Maybe that's a point, but do you know what? As a radio amateur as well, I've bought quite a few things from eBay, from AliExpress, have come from China. They've been pretty good quality. This handy here, this Defect, which is an FM and DMR handheld that I use day to day. Very robust, very well made. Actually costs less than this little radio. So, you know, some of the Chinese stuff is really well engineered. The disappointment with this thing is that actually when it works very well. There's nice sound quality with it. The display, although it's very small, it is possible to read it, and even in sunlight, unless it's very bright, you can actually read the display. It's fairly sensitive on its telescopic whip. Covers FM as well, broadcast FM with good sound quality, and with stereo if you plug in the headphones, and it's quite fun to use. So let's hope this was, as the Americans call, a lemon, or as we might say in the UK, let's hope it was a Friday afternoon radio. I was just a bit unlucky with it, and the next one will be better. But I suspect they're all using the same components, and I just wonder whether the encoder they use here is up to the job that because it's in constant use, isn't it, when we're tuning. Let's hope it is. Let's just hope this is a dodgy one. The next one will be better. But it's just something to bear in mind. As I said all along, I don't feel this is a finished product. It's very interesting. It's got a lot of potential. The actual RF performance is pretty good for what the size of this is, and the simplicity of it is. It works pretty well. It's just, I think maybe, certainly the construction in terms of the soldering between the Arduino and the main board leaves quite a lot to be desired with this one. Possibly the encoder, and I did have some misgivings about these very small, these micro switches at the back, because one of them is the on-off switch, and that's going to come up against a lot of use, isn't it? So, okay. I wonder, has anyone else had any similar problems? I think a number of people are buying these now, so it'll be interesting to see. So, let's hope the next one is better. Let's hope I get a satisfactory result from the supplier of this one, and I'll keep you informed. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. Okay, here's the encoder problem. Just keep a look at the display. We're on 105.7 on FM. Okay, I'm turning it. Sometimes it takes. Most of the time, no, it doesn't. It's actually not moving. Try changing band. try changing the step, and you can see that okay, it's got steadily worse. It was missing once or twice, but now you can see you're lucky to get anywhere with it. So that's the final straw with this one. But just hopefully no one else is experiencing this. As you can see, it's virtually impossible to tune now. Push it in, whatever. It's just randomly tuning. Okay, there we go.